The State Department is sending out new guidance for travelers as some Americans remain stranded in Mexico.
And while the government believes it's too dangerous to take a trip to many Mexican states, we spoke to travelers who think otherwise.
Yeah, Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deanda live at LAX with more for us. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning. Yeah, flights in and out of Mexico have resumed, and people we spoke to this morning, they say that they chose to go, right? They say they know what the risks are, they know the advisories that have been put out, but some of them said, it was a last-minute decision. They were still thinking about it last night, but decided to move forward with it. But we do want to share with you new guidance from the U.S. Embassy for those of you who know someone who is maybe stuck in Mexico. Right now, the U.S. Embassy is asking Americans in certain locations in Mexico to shelter in place and contact official emergency hotlines for more information as dangerous conditions persist. U.S. citizens who are still stuck in Mexico are also being asked to avoid areas around law enforcement activity and minimize unnecessary movement. Right now, 6 Mexican states are under level 4 do not travel advisories. That includes Michoacan, Sinaloa, and Zacatecas. 7 others, including Baja California and Jalisco, where cartel drug pin El Mencho was killed, are all under a level 3 advisory, which means Americans should reconsider travel. This morning, we spoke to a couple of people flying to Mexico about how they're feeling about heading that way.
It was a shock, and we are a little bit nervous, but we've been keeping up with, the updates. We were considering canceling, and, like I said, we kept getting updates, and then, they said that Cancun should be fine.
Just follow your gut, follow your stomach, and it should be fine. So I'm okay with this.
This all follows a wave of violence across Mexico after Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, the leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation cartel, a major trafficker of drugs into the U.S., was killed Sunday along with other cartel members in a Mexican military operation aided by U.S. intelligence. His killing immediately triggered a series of violent events, and since then, the U.S. Embassy has directed impacted travelers to check social media pages run by Caminos y Puentes Federales. That's an official Mexican agency for updates. Now, as we come back out here, some other things to note. There are 2 flights this morning from Alaska that are taking off to Puerto Vallarta and Cancun. Both of them have about 40 passengers checked in. Both planes can carry around 160. So staff here tell us that is extremely rare. The situation, of course, very much fluid. And one other thing I want to mention, I just got in contact with a friend who told me he landed in the Guadalajara airport last night, and officials there actually told him, do not go outside, stay in the airport. So he told me now he has about 6 more hours to go until he can catch his flight back here to LAX. Back to you guys.
Still a lot of concern. And Monica, I know you shared with us yesterday that you have some family members in some of the impacted parts. How are they doing right now?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed feelings. My grandma, she's very scared, right? She's older, she's in her 80s, so she's just staying in lockdown. And then I have friends who are a little younger who are saying, you know what, we are just going to make the most of it. This is like a vacation. But overall, the atmosphere around there is still very quiet, very much everyone on edge and just trying to stay vigilant and stay safe.
Yeah, a very concerning time. All right, Monica, thank you.